Question 16 says x cubed times x squared minus 5 equals negative 4x. If x is positive, what is one possible solution to the equation above? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this out, and I'll get x to the fifth minus 5x cubed equals negative 4x. I added the exponents. Why is that? Because if you have x to the a times x to the b, it's x to the a plus b. Just a quick reminder on these exponents. So I added 3 and 2 to get to 5. Be careful, it's not x to the sixth. Okay, now I'm going to add 4x to both sides. And I'll get x to the fifth minus 5x cubed plus 4x equals 0. Ordinarily, you'd have to factor out the x and keep going. But in this particular case, x is not 0, x is a positive number, so we can just divide by x. Ordinarily you can't, but when x is non-zero, you can. So you have x to the fourth minus 5x squared plus 4 equals 0. Okay, so let's work with that right now. And it looks a lot like a quadratic equation if we're working with x squared. By that I mean, let's work with a new problem. Let's let a be x squared, and this would simply be a squared minus 5a plus 4 equals 0. And we can factor this. This is a minus 1 and a minus 4 equals 0. And since the a stood for x squared, really, the factoring all along was x squared minus 1 and x squared minus 4 equals 0. Okay. Since the a was just a placeholder for x squared to make it look a little simpler. But really, here's what we have. From here, you can solve for x. You can in multiple ways. One way that I propose would be difference of squares: x plus 1, x minus 1, and this is x plus 2. X minus 2 equals 0. In reality, there's actually an x there. And you would get 5 solutions. Because it's a fifth degree. Remember the x that I factored out earlier? Well, in this particular case, x is not 0, so I don't have to worry about that. But okay, just for completeness, these are the 5 solutions if the x was left there all along. X equals 0. And from here you get negative 1, and from here you get positive 1, and then you get negative 2 from here, and you get positive 2 from here. These would be the 5 solutions to that quintic equation, degree 5, quintic. However, x is positive, and so that rules out 0 and negative 1 and negative 2. So for this particular question, your possible answers are 1 or 2, and you can pick either one, they're both fine.